Oh,
I know you had a long day. I had a long day. I'm happy.
it's okay.
This is a special one. This is gonna be a good one because I'm prepping myself. I got my questions. You see that?
Oh my gosh.
Listen, no, listen. Like I told you, right? This ain't no gossip with the tea. I don't want to know who you dating. I'm not gonna ask you none of these questions. This is more.
Mhm.
Let me. So now it's like we're gonna have a conversation. If anything, it's not gonna really be like
Okay.
it's gonna be more like a conversation. I'm either at your house visiting, you at my house. You you sitting up with your feet up, got your drink, your popcorn, your snack, whatever. Right?
Okay.
Part of a clothing brand that's called Push. Now, we're not
Yes.
pushing nothing illegal. We're not pushing nothing negative. The P
Mhm.
stands for promoting you, showing hustle, right?
I
So that's
love it.
what I'm trying to do. I want to promote you, showing your
Mhm.
and letting the people know what your hustle is.
Okay. I
Uh,
love it.
Now, I know what some of your, well, not all, I shouldn't say all of your hustle, but I know one that is your baby. You know what I'm saying? That is your love.
Mhm.
So, who do I have here? I have Miss Gina, one and the only beautiful one, here blessing me with an
Thank
in.
you.
I'm super thankful that you gave me the opportunity and the time. So,
Thank you for having me. Thank you for reaching out to, extend this to me. I appreciate that.
likewise, because you already know we've been rocking for a little bit, not on a personal
Yeah.
level, but we know of each other. It's
Yes.
safe to.
Most definitely.
So,
Yes.
and I just learned something about you too on that platform the other day when you
What
called
did
in.
you learn?
I learned that you are a super wrestling fan.
Yes. OMG. I love wrestling. Love it, love it, love it.
Okay.
Yes.
So are you still a wrestling fan or no?
You know what? I kind of fell off.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you, but for when it started, like as a youngin, like said before, watching all the greats perform and then getting into WWE and WWF started as and then went to WWE. I was always in it, always up watching it, I loved every aspect of it. It was so much fun to me. So yeah.
Like
A lot
like
of people don't know that.
yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know, so that's why I was happy to learn that because when I listened
Mhm.
to play and I heard you call in, and I was like, wow, I would never expect that. But that's why we're told
Mhm.
not to just prejudge anyone. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yes,
Whether you see the outside or you think you know, you really don't know. You know what I'm saying?
that
So
is a fact.
because likewise, like
Mhm,
on WWF as well. I'm
mhm.
attitude when I super was
Yep.
in too, not just as a kid, but when I got back active in it was when Monday Night Raw was going WCW and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Salute to the chat. I don't know if you could see the chat, but this
Salute.
salute, keep
Yes. Keita
salute,
T. Hey, girl. Hey,
salute.
and Rich Duda. Two queens in the chat. I see y'all. Love those two ladies. Beautiful, beautiful spirits. I love them.
Exact likewise, man. Like, an extension too of the family off the platform. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I see here that you're a singer, songwriter, right?
Mhm.
Is there like any songs that we might have heard that you wrote for anyone?
Um, well, I didn't so much write for other people like that.
Mhm.
Um, but there is one artist that I did write a song for, and she liked it a lot.
Okay.
Shout out to my producer Shy Salam in Jersey, and my girl LaFonda. Her name is LaFonda.
Okay.
She was an R&B artist as well, and he kind of like hooked us up, and we became really good friends. And I wrote a song,
Mhm.
and she liked the song, and she recorded it. And the biggest thing with that is she performed it on 106 in Park.
Wow.
Back when they had independent artists performing live.
Okay. So this is the
Yeah.
free what was his name again? Was it free and thing was hosting it? I forgot the dude's name. I,
AJ.
there you go. AJ. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was major for me to, and she's in New York. She lives in New York. So to see her up there performing a song that I wrote was just it was epic to me. That was major for me. So
All
that's
right.
the closest thing to writing for someone else that I've done. You
Okay.
know.
So
Yeah.
now have any artists ever like maybe tapped in with you to get ideas? Because I know you know how
Mhm.
writing a song construct of, sometimes multiple people. You got the writers, you got
Yes.
the producers there. You might even have your entourage there giving advice or
Hmm.
on stuff like that. So any
Hmm.
type of building with artists with you?
Um, for a long time, I did a lot of recording in Jersey City. A long time. And from that, and with the producer I just mentioned, shout out to him again, Shy Salam. We did a lot of reference tracks. We wrote and collaborated on a lot of songs, and we did pitch them to a lot of artists. I came really close to almost getting some of my songs to Keisha Cole.
Mm,
But we met up with her A&R and stuff like that, and he listened to the songs. He liked the vibe that we were going in, the direction we were going in. So he took it back to her and the label and stuff like that, and it didn't pan out the way that we wanted it to. But I was thankful to even get to that level. So
that's a fact. It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
blessing. It's always
yeah,
a blessing. So
most definitely.
I know upon my research, which you posted as well, so I got to see it. You
Uh-huh.
performed on Apollo Live.
Yes.
So how did you what's how do you get on Apollo first and foremost? How do you get on there?
Oh goodness. Okay, so the thing with that is I actually went on it twice. A lot of
Okay,
people don't know that either.
okay.
So it was two different ways. The first way, um, my aunt my aunt heard that they were having auditions in Washington. I'm from the DMV, if everybody doesn't know. DC, Maryland, Virginia, born in DC, raised in different parts of Maryland.
All right.
My aunt called me and she was like, oh my God, they're having auditions, in Southeast DC for the Apollo. And I was like, the Apollo, like in New York Apollo? And she said, yeah. And I mean, literally, like, I rushed down there the same day. Like,
Wow.
this is no joke. I rushed down there.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't even a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people heard about it. It was just really weird. But I went in there, I sang my song.
Hmm.
I sang like two songs for them and got the call back. And they
Uh-huh.
say, yeah, we want you on the show.
Okay.
And I was elated. So, all my family from out here, all my family in New York, everybody came, to support me, friends, everybody. They all came to the show. The girl I just mentioned, LaFonda, my producer, like the whole crew, like everyone was there to support
What
me.
with you? That's what's up. Yeah,
Yes, so I did that one, and that one aired on when they had the network, the CW, if you remember that
yeah.
channel.
Remember that? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it was still at that time, it was called Showtime at the Apollo.
Correct.
So I went on there, I sang Shaka Khan's I'm Every Woman.
Yeah,
And I did a great job. I didn't get booed. That was my only wish,
yeah.
not to get booed. I didn't get booed, thank God. And so I didn't win, my round or whatever, but it was a great experience.
Okay.
So fast forward a couple of years, um, they revamped the show.
Hmm.
So they renamed it Apollo Live. And this time they said they were going to have judges,
Hmm.
celebrity judges, which were going to be Michael Bivins, Gladys Knight, and Dougie Fresh.
Okay.
And it was going to BT into Centric.
Correct. Yeah.
Saying, okay, so I heard about auditions for that. I said, okay, I'm gonna go do this. I auditioned. I was like, oh, no, two times. I'm probably not gonna make it, but I did. I made it.
Uh-huh.
And so went to New York again, and that one was kind of tricky. It was a little. People don't know like the behind the scenes of it all. Like they think, oh, you just get up there and everything's no, they put a twist on it. Like when all the contestants got to the rehearsal, mind
Hmm.
you, the day before the taping,
Uh-huh.
everybody comes in mind with the song that they want to do, the song they know they can blast out, they can rock.
Uh-huh.
We got to the holding room where we are gonna, practice with the band, and they told all of us that we had to pick a song from a list.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's the
So
thing though. Yeah.
yeah, that blew everybody's mind.
Uh-huh.
Because we were limited. You had to pick from the list that they gave you, and that was it.
Hmm.
Um, so mind you, I had to pick real quick. So
Hmm.
I just chose Anita Baker's
I was about
Anita Baker song.
yeah, yeah. I can't remember the
And
song choose Anita Baker though, but go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I never sang any Anita Baker songs up to that point. Like I always listened to her because of my mother
Uh,
and stuff like that. Shout out to moms. Um, and so I picked a song. I
mm,
had 15 minutes to practice with the band. That's it. Everybody had 15 minutes to
mm,
kind of tell them what arrangement of the song you wanted and whatnot. And so I did that and went back to the hotel and I was just practicing all night, all night, all night. And then the next day it was
mhm.
on, it was on and popping. And I did that one, and that one, like I said, it aired on BET and Centric,
Yeah.
and I did great. I got a standing ovation. Thank God. I didn't get booed again.
Mhm.
And I got great, great comments from the legends. So I totally appreciated that. Like that was just amazing to me. And it was hosted by Tony Rock, Chris Rock's,
Yeah.
brother.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that was amazing too. But just to show you, like, you have to always be prepared as an artist, like to step up to the plate. Because there was people in there crying, people were stressed out,
Yeah.
people bombed on the stage, so you just gotta be prepared at all times.
Well, we know you
But
a professional, so I already know. Listen, man, I've heard you sing. We gonna get there though. We gonna get there. I'm not gonna,
um,
because we got things you got to do. I got things. So you already
uh-huh.
questions already. I was gonna ask you where were you born, but
Hmm.
you know talk about that again. You said you from the DMV area, right?
Yeah.
So where did you
Hmm.
was you born? More Maryland or was it Washington?
Well, I always say born in DC. I have to represent that. Born in DC. Um, just I moved around a lot. A
Okay.
lot. The different counties in our area, PG County, a lot of people have heard of that.
Mm.
Montgomery County, and now as an adult, now I'm in Baltimore. So, it's just moved around a lot. But yeah, those are, my DMV is my stomping grounds
No,
for
I
sure.
left there because I had a homeboy that went to Morgan State for basketball. He had got a scholarship.
Ah,
So I was always like, I'll say twice a month. I used to always
uh-huh.
go onto the campus. We would
Yes,
so you remember DC Live, right? The club? You remember
of
DC?
course. Oh, I was always in DC Live. Yes.
Kind of giving our age, but I'm just saying I love that club because we don't have clubs like here in Boston. So I
Uh-huh.
always say, we gotta go to DC Live Saturday. He's like, damn, you just landed here. You just got here and you ready to go to DC Live. So yeah,
It
shout
was
out
popping.
to Baltimore, Be More. I love Be More, especially the accent.
Yes.
I love the accent. Y'all have like this just like New Yorkers. Washington too is kind of open to people from VA.
Hmm.
That's why they
Hmm.
EMV because you might, like you said, you
Yep.
might live in a part of DC that's close to Be More, or you might
Yeah.
live in a part of
Right
D.
on the line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
is at what age did you start singing?
I was told by my mom at the age of 3.
Wow,
Age of
three,
3. Yeah, 3 years old.
3 years old, you were singing.
I was singing, and she found out, like, we were in the car, she said, and I just start blurting out whatever song or, just singing, and she was like, "Whoa," so that's what she's always told me that. It was 3 years old.
Oh wow, 3 years,
Mhm.
crazy.
Yes.
Um, so who at when you was growing up, right?
Mhm.
Who are the people or was that you got your inspiration from?
Oh gosh. Ooh, that's a great question. I always go with like my tops.
Hmm.
But there's so many, so many. But my tops as far as male singers,
Hmm.
Michael Jackson
Okay.
and Luther Vandross. Those are
Yeah.
my top two male vocalists.
Say the
And
second
then when it
real quick. Go ahead. Say the second one. You said Michael Jackson and who?
Luther Vandross.
Okay, Luther. All right.
Hmm.
It was two
Yes.
though. There was two Luthers, but that's a story for another day.
Okay, Big Luther and Little Luther.
There we go. All right.
And
Yeah.
my love never wavered. Didn't
Yeah.
matter.
Michael goat of all time. I don't care. Like Michael Jackson, I used to impersonate Michael. I danced.
Oh my God.
Party I went to before we would leave, they would like tell my parents, Mel to dance, get Mel to dance. And I always came prepared.
Oh no.
I had the gloves, the shiny
Are you
shoe
serious?
socks. Yes. You wouldn't
Uh,
believe I would have like I don't have videos or nothing, but
uh-huh.
I'm gonna tell you. So, New York got the Apollo Theater, right? Boston has
Yes.
Strand Theater, right? We have a Strand Theater,
Okay.
which is similar, right? The setup is similar. So
Okay.
one time I went there, saw a Michael Jackson impersonator, and I looked at my dad. I said, "Listen, I need him to come to the house." Sure enough, my dad went
What?
on stage, spoke to his people, had him come
Stop.
to my hood, right? Where I grew up at. This man got out of limo, and some people really thought he
What?
was Michael, and girls was fainting, and everybody.
Stop playing.
True story. My whole fam, like, listen, my whole family got props from that point on. It was like nobody really, like,
No.
just might have knew Michael, but he looked
Yeah.
so much like Michael that he convinced the whole neighborhood. And I would, like, my family was known. Like, listen, you see that house right
That's
there?
crazy.
Nobody at that house. They know Michael Jackson personally. You know,
No.
think
No.
the neighborhood, but our house never got touched. My parents' cars never got touched. True story. But
That's insane.
like girls was passing out. This one girl was crying. He waved. He had the glitter gloves waving out the. He came with a limo and everything.
What?
So he played the
What?
right. When I say he looked like Michael, so the whole
Yeah.
point into the house was to see me dance, and he
Right.
like, okay, when you snap your legs, you gotta out. Yo, my brother
No.
siblings was pissed at me. They was like, look at this dude. Like, look at him. He gets whatever.
No.
Like,
That is a wild story.
this
That's an epic story right there.
it's true epic story.
Seriously.
This is your interview because I don't want this to be about
No, no, but I love that story. What? I'm learning about you. I love that.
true
Oh
story. I
my God.
impersonate Michael Jackson. I won contests back in the 80s dancing. Cause
What?
when you mention Michael Biv, like this is they from
Hmm.
the city. So I
Yes.
the first interview I actually did on my platform is who I mentioned to you, Omega Red. He's Donna Summer's
Yeah.
nephew, and he's also
Wow.
Bobby Brown. So in
Oh
my
wow.
Boston got a lot of celebrities, whether it was good or
Yes.
bad, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. You
Yep.
already know there's Ben Affleck, Matt Damon,
Hmm.
Mark Wahlberg, New Kids on the Block, all of them.
Yep.
And so, and then I
Yeah.
personally grew up with some other people too. Omega Red being one of them. I personally know on a personal level. Clinton
Right.
Sparks, if you ever heard of Clinton Sparks, he used to DJ for Bad Boy. Um,
No.
yeah, he got a hit with Akon. He produced a track for Akon
Hmm.
and Cardinal Official. Knowing
Hmm.
the name of the song, knowing when
Wow.
you know distance, whatever. But anyways, I'll leave it alone. And I gotta salute my homie too, who's a barber. He's a barber
Uh-huh.
stars P Valley. He's worked on
Hmm.
Ghost and all that. So I know personal
Oh,
that
dope.
industry, you know what I'm saying, that I grew up with.
Yeah.
Interviews are coming, so y'all look for those too as well.
Oh,
But
that's amazing. That's
about
amazing.
Gina Rose
Yes.
is so you started 3 years old. You said your mom's told you you were singing at 3 years old,
Hmm.
right?
Yes.
You gave me the inspiration that you got from Michael and Luther.
Hmm.
So now my third question is, when did you realize that you had a gift or a talent or both? Because it
Mm.
at each other. When did you realize that you had a gift?
Um, I realized something was there in elementary school.
Okay.
Because it's funny, but they let me, I forget what grade I was in, but
Mhm.
they let me direct like the ABCs for
Okay.
like our class. Like it was like, a performance or something.
Was this
And
a
so
was it a talent show or something of some sort?
no, it
No.
wasn't a talent show. It was like, some ceremony or something we had. We got certificates or something. Maybe it was a graduation.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure all the way, but I remember directing my class doing the ABCs. Like, and I was like, okay, this is fun. Something's here. And then when I got into middle school, that's when I really started to hone in and okay, something's here. I started writing like crazy. So that's when I really, really knew.
Writing your own songs in middle school?
Oh,
Wow.
absolutely. I still got the composition books. It's all tore up and everything. But yes, actually kind of like Jill Scott explains it. I started writing poems and
Okay.
then those poems like they started to turn into songs.
Oh wow. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
certain rappers talk about it too, like their first time
Mhm.
writing was more like poetry and then
Yeah.
became rap. So they both coincide with
Yep.
each other anyways,
They
but
do.
yeah.
They do. Because
That's
I wrote a lot of raps too. Mhm.
oh, you wrote
Oh yes. And actually when I first started performing, which is really funny, I put a lot of raps in my songs. Like I would sing and then like my bridge would be a rap or something like a 16. So yeah. Oh yeah.
oh yeah, well we definitely need a part two on that one. Um so now, as a singer, right?
Yeah.
Um who like give me tell me, well, not necessarily me, but the people, right?
Hmm.
Who like anyone famous that we might know. I know you mentioned Keisha Cole earlier that you know
Hmm.
you was gonna write a song for or whatever. But anyways,
Hmm.
like you singing n-
Hmm.
names that we may heard of singers that you sung with, perform with, and stuff like that.
Um, ooh, okay. I've done well both. So I've opened for people and sang background for a lot of people. So I've opened for Marsha Ambrosius,
Mm,
Avant,
mm.
oh gosh, so many to name. Oh God, I can't even think of everybody. Uh
Good thing when you
oh
can't.
gosh.
It's a good thing when you can't remember.
I can't remember everyone. Oh gosh.
Oh,
But
you
okay,
didn't
let me go into the background because
with CC? No.
yeah, well, I've never opened for CC. We're talking about CC Peniston guys out there. Um, the national recording art, international recording artist CC Peniston. That is like my sister. But I sing background for her. But
Mm,
that story is kind of that's a story within itself.
mm,
Real quick, one of my singles that I released was a remake of her classic song "Inside That I Cried," her
mm,
ballad.
mhm.
I re-recorded it and I put it out as a single, and one of her friends heard it.
Okay.
He sent it to her,
Uh-huh.
and then she reached out to me and said that she liked the remake. I
Yeah.
was like, I was like, I couldn't believe it. She approved. So fast forward a little bit, a show is coming here for the Congressional Black Caucus, which happens in DC, every year. I
Mm,
was performing with a band, and they said, "Oh, you guys, we're gonna back CC Peniston," and I'm like, "What? This
yeah.
is my chance to finally meet her."
Uh-huh.
We did that gig. I met her, and then from there on, it took off, and I've been singing background for her for years. Here and there, whenever she needs me, she calls me, I'm there.
Now,
Um,
I like
yeah,
that because if you didn't cover that song,
yeah,
that blessing probably would have never came. I mean, I feel like
yeah.
everything happens for a reason. Cause see me,
It does.
your videos, I know how you could sing. I'm just
Mhm,
like an outside looking in. Cause I know you
mhm.
like Trick Daddy, you can't sing, but you can sing. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? No, for real. You can
Thank
pipe.
you.
There's a little thing that where people say, how can I put it? Where people say, well, bigger women or thicker women can sing pipe. No, because I don't believe
Mhm,
that. When you mentioned
mhm. Me
Cole,
neither.
I like Keisha Cole. That's one of my favorites. And
Mhm,
she's not, to me, what I was told, singing comes
mhm.
from deep inside.
Oh yes,
So
yes, for sure.
you're the best person for this. So elaborate more on that as far as singing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people think people can sing, but when you hear them
Mhm.
live, like, oh Lord, like this is horrible. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. Elaborate more.
Oh my gosh. And real quick too, shout out. I see Keita Cecil and Tutu. Is that Tutu Ronan? I hope
Tutu,
I'm saying that right. Hi.
salute.
Um, singing, I mean, it is a gift. And
Mhm,
I've never taken for granted ever. Um, but even when you have a gift, you still have to work on that gift. You still have to develop that gift and get stronger at it. And so I did put in the work. I went to college. Well, actually, I went to Morgan State first for as a psychology major.
mm,
Left Morgan State and went to UDC, University of the District of Columbia, for people who don't know. And when I went there, I decided to do something I never thought I would do, and that's study classical music and become a classical voice major, which is opera for most people who don't know. And so I got a lot of voice training there. That's where I learned how to play the piano, get better at reading music.
Hold up.
And
You can't just run over that. I know we're trying to listen. I know we're trying to get there, but hold on. You played the piano as
so
well?
I do. I
Wow.
do.
Hold
But now, see, no. I always have to put a disclaimer that I am not a maestro. Don't
okay.
ask me to accompany you on a piece or a song. No. That's not my forte,
Got
literally.
okay.
But yes, it was a requirement. As a voice student, you had to take piano lessons.
Oh
Like you
wow.
had to. You had to. That was like your minor.
Oh,
So
got you. Got you.
yeah.
That's what's up.
So yeah, doing all that, classical voice training is no joke. Singing opera is no joke. So that really helped me to develop my voice and be more comfortable with who I am. I see that comment. I love Mozart. Mozart's my favorite.
Yeah.
Um, yes, and singing in different languages. We had to sing in Italian, German, French. So just a lot. It was a lot of growth for me as a singer, as an artist. So adding that to R&B and the church background, like all of that has helped me to get to where I am now. So,
That's what's
you
up.
know,
I didn't
as a
always
singer.
you had to sing in other languages? Wow.
Oh my gosh. Oh, yes.
So do you when was the last performance you did in another language?
Oh God, when I did my senior recital,
Oh,
that was in 2013. It was a
okay.
long time. You had to at that point you had to sing in every language.
Okay.
However, you got to pick, your songs, just like putting together a set list.
Yeah.
But my favorite was German. Like I love singing in German. French is not my favorite. It's like the hardest language to me.
Why you don't
Um,
say that? Oh my good. This easy. I think it's easy, but me. That's my opinion, but continue.
what French?
Yes. Yeah. Maybe it's
Oh
because
gosh.
because Haitians, that's our proper
Oh
language. French, Creole is more,
yeah.
get what I'm saying? So maybe
Yes.
I'm biased in that. So I'll hold back my comments on that.
I can see that though. I can understand that. I can
Yeah,
understand that. It's like the inflections within, the language that makes it hard when you're singing because of like the nasal part of it, the nasally sound of it, and you're not supposed to sing from here as a singer.
correct, correct.
So I think that's what makes it hard, singing wise. But
That's what's
yeah.
so did you ever perform like out of the country, like maybe in Germany or something like that?
Oh gosh. The funny thing is, no. But
Yeah.
as just an R&B artist, independent artist, I actually did a song with a hip hop artist, a female in Germany,
Mhm.
and I sang the hook on her song.
On her
So we did like a collabo across the seas. So that was dope. That's the closest I've come to that. But that
yeah.
was still dope though.
So there's
Yeah.
no is there a video for that? No? No, y'all didn't shoot a video?
No,
Okay.
no, it was no video. We just recorded that song. I mean, that was like many years ago. But she heard my music online. She said she thought I was a dope singer and would I like to collab and be on one of her tracks. And I was like, absolutely, like why not?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so we did that.
Now question, when you
Yeah.
when labs, is there like is it a favor for a favor or there's some finances involved? You don't got to get too deep with
Mhm,
not asking for numbers or nothing, but some like I know
mhm,
personal artists that where it's like I feature on one of your singles on your album, and when I hit you up, you return the favor. But sometimes
mhm,
well, I'm charging you this much and I'm charging you that much. So if you can,
mhm.
speak on that, go ahead.
No, that's a great question because I think a lot of people need to know that
Mhm.
know that this is a business, right? It's still a business at the end of the day too, but it does depend on your relationships with people. That's the biggest thing is your relationships with people. Yes, there are studios I go to where yes, I got to dish out that money and I can't play. You know what I'm saying? The time is everything. You know what I mean? And it goes by so fast when you're in there.
Yeah.
Um,
Gotta
that
pay the
goes for not just recording.
you gotta pay the engineers, you gotta pay for the studio
Yep.
time. Yeah, you gotta get
Yep.
it. mastered, all of that. So
Yes.
know all the in depths, like you said, the behind the scenes to make a song. They just hear it and
Mhm.
yeah, that song sounds good, but there's a lot that goes behind the scene with that. So especially if you work with certain
Yeah.
artists, is they clear the song. That's another thing too. I learned
Oh,
from some of
uh-huh.
my friends and stuff like that. So that's a whole nother thing too. But yeah,
Yeah, like it's a lot behind the scenes. And like, yes, like you said, like you have to pay your engineers, the producers of the track. If you want live instrumentation, if you want that live saxophone player, he has to get paid. So it's a lot of different like aspects to it. Even with the songwriting, there's split sheets that have to be filled out. You know what I mean? Everybody's publishing has to be put on there and split as well. All of that, even with me recreating CC's song, I still had to get rights to to use that song. You know what I mean? From the actual writers of that song. So, whatever monies or whatever I would make from it is going to them first off the break because, it's a remake of the song. So people don't understand, like you have to know the business side. It's
got-
not just all glitz and glam and getting on the stage and rocking out. If you really want to be about this, you have to know the business side of it.
correct, correct. So
Yes.
my next question is, since you in that industry,
Yeah.
uh, right, and we already talked about the business,
Mhm.
elaborate a little bit on like what you perceived it to be when you was on the outside and how you see it when
Mm.
inside and you see some artists are you thought they was might have been like the nicest person in the world and then when
Mhm.
you're getting a little because I got a story. Well, I don't want to say too much, but it has to do with Ray J. Like I kind of met him through a friend, how cool he was, but then
Yeah.
want to put out another name, artist name that I met, and it was just like I wish I never met this dude. But go ahead.
Mhm.
Speak
Mhm.
and downs, basically. But go ahead.
Ooh, there's a lot of stories I could get into with that. There's
Well,
a lot of stories, but
what you can speak
um,
without mentioning names. What you can,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, well, let me go back to your original question. These are some good questions now. Ugh.
That,
Um, no, I appreciate that. I
yeah,
appreciate that.
vibes.
The first thing is when I first got into the business, I was starry-eyed. You know what I mean? Because I just wanted to get my music out. I
Wow.
just wanted to get my music out, get my name known. Like that was my first agenda. And I did that. I did that. But even on the local scene, the local scene,
Uh-huh.
it's backstabbing, it's jealousy,
Facts.
it's it's just it's just a lot of mess.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you have to watch who you're with, your circles, be mindful of that
Hmm.
as an artist and especially like pushing out your ideas and stuff like it's just a lot with that. Then there's another side of it being a woman, being a female, these, predators who think that you're supposed to give them favors
Yo,
for recording,
yes.
those kind of favors, if you know what I mean.
No, I know exactly.
That's
I've heard these stories,
that's
but yeah. Uh-huh.
that's a
It's
whole nother thing. That you have to deal with as a woman.
mhm.
Um, but moving into how can I say this? Into working with national artists, um, you also have to know how to conduct yourself in those situations too. You have to be a professional. You can't fan out.
Yeah.
I'll say that. You have to be professional at all times because at the drop of a dime,
Mhm.
you can get fired and replaced.
Correct.
At the
Correct.
drop of a dime, you can get yelled at and cursed out right there at
Hmm.
rehearsal. Then the show's in a couple of hours. I've been right there and seen it happen, right? To a person next to me. And I was just like, and you can be sitting there watching artists spaz out on sound people,
Yeah.
throwing microphones, cursing them out. I've been
Yeah.
right there, seen that. And the artist says, I'm not doing the show tonight and walks off the stage. And everybody's just like, well, now
Wow.
what are we doing? There's a show in a couple of hours here at this theater. What's happening?
Say
I've been right there. So not all the artists are like that. No, people. At the end of the day, they are regular people just like us.
fact. You're
There are
human.
some who I've worked with who are down to earth, the coolest people. If I met them again, they're the same, they never change.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I love that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. But then yeah, there are some that do spaz out, but you really just have to know how to conduct yourself and to move as a professional in this business. No matter if it's on the indie level, the local scene, I
Mm.
act just the same as if I'm with the national artist.
Yeah.
So you have to conduct yourself the right way.
Yeah, I see you because you give off this good energy. So I don't see you having
Uh,
really issues with anyone. Like you said,
mhm.
people have days and they got bad days. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I
Yes.
have a story similar to what you said about it's two female rappers. This happened back in the 90s. And
Uh-huh.
one's from up north. I don't want to say too much,
Oh
but
gosh.
from up north, and the one from up north went to link up with the one down south, and the one down south,
Hmm.
like how the one from up north came with her team. She was acting
Mm.
they were supposed to
Mm.
collab on, and instead of collabing, when I say this part, you probably know who the two rappers are. Again, female.
Mhm.
Instead of them doing a song, they ended up fighting. And one
Mm.
here who was like you would say nationally known got
Yes.
beat up. And the story's been put on DVDs back in the days and stuff like that. Some people in chat might know.
Yeah.
I'm not with the dropping names, but if
Yeah.
the way I put the story together, because I'm good with storytelling, but I'm talking about two female rappers, one from up north, one from the south. But so
Yes.
he like that, and the one from up north just had I heard a stank attitude from the time she got there. Who knows what type
Mhm.
of morning she was having? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that. But
Right.
like I said, at the end of the day, if I'm there to link up with you to do a song,
Mhm.
either if I'm not in that mood, I'm gonna, hey, Miss Gina Rose, can we reschedule or something like that? Because I wouldn't want you to see me in the worst light. You
Right.
understand? What I'm saying? But again,
Absolutely.
not everyone is professional. You know,
No, they're not.
one is
No, they're
professional. So what else? So when I seen a footage of you performing, and it looked like it was a festival. You were outside, stuff like
not.
that.
Mhm.
How do people get in touch with you to book you for a performance like that? How do they reach?
Um, well, now, I'm not under management currently, so they
Okay.
can get at me directly. Which is, email. I mean, people hit me up all kinds of ways. Email, social media, in the DMs. Yes.
Yeah.
All that.
DMs for other reason, guys and ladies. Not, you know what I'm saying? I'm the
Business purposes only. Yes.
now. No, just joking. But so I seen right
Yes.
on your profile that it said Wu Tang DJs and mixtape bookings. What's that about? Elaborate on that, please.
Okay.
What's the
So
yeah?
what's the connection, right? So, for people out there who don't know, I see they're asking questions. Oh,
We're
I
gonna
am
do
a huge Wu Tang fan. Like
okay.
Wu Tang is my number one hip hop group of all time,
Oh,
right?
got you.
So, years back there was a DJ, DJ Red Diamond,
Okay.
and he worked with them. He
Oh,
worked with the coalition, or whatever it was called, of DJs.
okay.
And so, um just from being in the mix of everything, I just, I knew him,
Mhm.
and he was like, yo, I want to get two of your songs on this mixtape I'm doing, which is underneath, um the Wu-Tang is the Wu-Tang, it was a Wu-Tang R&B like mixtape.
Okay.
And I said, yeah. So I gave him two of my original songs, and he put them on the mixtape.
Mm,
And that's how the connection happened there. And
mm,
so, oh gosh, they reached out to me. Wu-Tang management reached out to me.
okay.
They love my songs, and they were just, giving me props, giving me praise, and all that good stuff. So that is how that connection happened. And so
Uh,
I was just like overjoyed,
that's what's up.
to be featured on that.
What's up.
Yes.
Those were two original songs that you gave to him to put on the mix.
Yes.
Okay.
Two
Where
originals.
if anyone wants to hear any of your music, how can
Mhm.
uh how do they go about listening to your music?
They can go on my website, which is gina-rose.com. I have a few songs that are up there. That's the best place to hear some of the originals. I don't really post a lot of them on YouTube per se. I'm thinking about it. There's like a few because I used to do a lot of remixes back in the day of like, popular songs.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, "Oh, Gina, you should do a remix, put an R&B remix on this hip hop song over that." So, I used to do that a lot. So some of them are on here on YouTube. But they're old, but it's still.
Major platforms? Pardon self. I didn't mean to cut your wisdom. So
No,
no
go ahead.
on the streaming platforms at all? No?
Um, well, my first EP, I
Mm-hmm.
think it is still on iTunes and all that stuff.
Okay.
Spotify,
You got so much
but
you don't remember if it's still
only because, it's been so long, since I've released anything, to put on the streaming platforms. But that
okay.
first EP for sure, I know, is on it was on everything. On iTunes, Spotify, even I know like on IG when I go to look at the songs, you could pick your song for your story or whatever. My song is on there. So, stuff like that. Yes. But that's old stuff. To me, as an artist, like you don't really kind of push your old stuff as much because for my personally, I'm sorry, I sound different. Like my voice, my tone,
Uh,
everything has changed. So I've just grown. So I love it and I'm proud of what I did. But I'm just like, no, I want you guys to hear new stuff. That's just how I feel.
when I was in middle school, I'm not listening to that, but y'all can. But
Yeah, yeah.
thing though, when you make good music, time
Hmm.
music, classic music, even like maybe a younger, I'll say like, 25 and younger could vibe
Yeah.
to where you're like, oh man, I remember when I wrote that. I was going through some
Hmm.
or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So,
Yes.
okay. Now my question, because you just said something to make me think about this now. When do you
Uh-huh.
write your best music? Is it through some hardship, some pain,
Mm.
some stress time, depression time? When does the magic happen for you?
Um, um, it can be any time, to be honest,
Okay.
because I just been through a lot. You know what I mean? And there's so much that I can pull from
Uh-huh.
um to write about.
Uh-huh.
So that can come at any time.
Got
I would say the thing to that is in a studio,
it.
can I can my emotions come out the right way?
Yeah,
That has to be a vibe for me. Like I have to be in a
right.
certain mood to feel certain
Right.
emotions and you know stuff like that. Like one song I recorded that was the first time I ever cried when I was singing a song. We had to stop the session.
For real?
Um, yeah, yeah.
Writing some, I mean, you were singing some real life stuff that you went through, your
Oh,
experience?
yeah. Everything I write is okay. The majority of things that I write and record is about me. It's
Okay.
about my life. But other things, yes, are about other people and situations.
Mhm.
But that particular song, and I remember it vividly because my mom, that was the first time she ever came to the studio to see me like record.
Yeah, yeah.
And that particular song, yeah, it's called A Million Pieces.
A million pieces, huh?
It's called A Million Pieces. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Right.
And yeah, I started crying and we had to stop the session. I had to get myself together. And I had never, up to that point of all these years, I never cried recording a song before. Like I can get the emotions out, but that particular song, I don't know. It was real, it was real. That was a
I
real moment.
had some studio experiences with certain people, and it was like
Hmm.
they couldn't come up with any. You said earlier, you still got to pay because you're taking people's
Yeah.
times, and nothing would come. And then
Hmm.
every next day, or maybe a day later, or whatever, something,
Hmm.
and it was like I
Yeah.
got to out. So I
Oh
know what
yeah.
you mean, and
Hmm.
stuff like that. A perfect example when the guy that's going through stuff contact Keisha Cole, and he was hard.
Hmm.
Said, "Listen, I need that Keisha that was on this song pouring her soul out." I don't know if you was doing the recording with her and she couldn't. He was like, you know what? You just ain't got it today. We're gonna have to come back tomorrow or something like
Yeah,
that. So it just reminded me that.
that
And
happens.
yeah, yeah. So it could be like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like how you
that's real.
so not just the bad too. That
Hmm.
I asked that question too. Not just the hardships or life
Yeah.
experiences, but I'm glad that you kind of elaborate where you said you could be in the studio setting and something could come to you. Now,
Mhm.
what is the things that you need to get Miss Gina Rose? Like it might be some snacks, might be a certain type of mood. You might need a certain type of candle because we see stories
Yeah,
about
that's real.
and what these artists need, around
Yep.
them to get them, to perform. Because that
Yes,
performance is in the studio before it gets out to the masses. So
absolutely.
what is there's a word for it. I can't, it ain't coming to me because I got a
The
lot of
ambiance,
your ambiance or the word, what's the
the
word again?
necessities.
There you go. What is it that Miss Gina Rose needs, oh, to get
Um, um, it depends. Like sometimes, like I'll say, oh well, for sure, like I'll need tea. I need my hot tea,
okay,
with honey, no lemon. People out there, for all you people who need to know, never lemon.
question, but go ahead. That was gonna be my next question. Go ahead.
Yes, tea with honey. Room temperature water, lots of that.
Okay.
Um, Depending on the mood of the song, like I'll say for myself, when I'm doing like love songs or more intimate songs, I like the lights off. I like the lights to be off, dim, low, so I can just,
That's the vibe right there
that's
with
the
the
vibe. Yes.
correct.
So I can get in that mood.
Yeah.
You know, if it's other songs I can keep the lights on, up tempo songs, happier songs, stuff like that. But I would say that for the most part. If it's something slow, um, and lovey dovey, I definitely love the lights down low because that just does something for me. So no, I'm not like a whole candle and all that. I don't need all that. I don't want all those smells anyway. Like I don't want any, I don't want all that extra go. That's just me. I mean, some people love it. That's not. I'm not into all that.
Okay.
So
All right. Um,
yeah.
so you kind of like spoke a little bit about what my next question lead into my next question. Before
Okay.
you have like a major performance coming up, right?
Yeah.
How do you get your vocals ready? You kind of talked about with the tea, with the honey.
Mhm.
Is there any other remedy things that you do? You know?
Mhm. For sure. If it's like a really big show, I try like not to talk that much that day.
Mm.
I try to, and not whispering, because people whispering is actually bad for you to do too.
So you write,
So
write a
I
note.
write. I have done that before. I've written, or I just keep my voice like, hey, like really, really low.
Yeah.
So I do that.
Uh-huh.
Definitely no dairy, no ice cream, no chocolate, no milk, none of that. Because that flares you up. It causes mucus. It coats your vocal cords. You don't want that.
Mm.
Um, and another big thing that everybody that knows me knows this, that performs with me or whatever, I don't eat before I sing. I don't eat before I sing.
Is that just you,
Um,
or that's just a thing with singers in general? That's just with you.
Now, some singers will tell you that, well, I not seen. They will grub. They will eat whatever they want to eat right before we get on, or they get on the stage, right? But the golden rule that I've learned from training, is that no, you are not supposed to eat an hour before you sing.
Mm.
You should not. If you need something, it needs to be something really, really light. Something really light. You know what I mean? If anything, if I need something quick just to give me something, like
Mhm.
I'll down like a little bit of applesauce, which is strange, but I'm like, okay, it just goes down. I don't have to chew it, and then
It
I know
works
that's kind of
too.
weird. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's weird stuff. Sorry, people, singer stuff. But, that's all. But literally, all these shows and performances I do, like, they have green rooms. They give you all this food and, I
Mhm.
mean, good food, But I just sit there like, like I can't eat any of it. And so can. And everyone's like, you're not gonna. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She doesn't eat before she's, so I don't. And that is real talk because when I was learning, when I was in college,
Uh-huh.
my voice teacher said she taught me this, right? Don't eat before you sing. And one time I did,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a recital.
Mm.
Okay. And I felt it. I was like, oh gosh, like this is not good. You know what I mean? And when you're singing classical, you really have to push. So that was not a good feeling. So that was the first time I learned my lesson with that. And the second time, and I said I'll never do this again. I had a gig, and it was a St. Patrick's Day gig or something,
Uh-huh.
and we had a break. The band, the food looked good.
Mm.
I said, "Oh, it's not gonna hurt if I give this a little bit." I ate a little bit of. I don't even know what I ate, Mel. I don't even know. But I know we got back on the stage, and my first song I had to sing was "Rock with You" by Michael Jackson.
Mm.
And I was the only singer. It was just me. I was on the front by myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody to help me out.
Uh-huh.
And in the middle of the song, I felt something coming up.
Are you
Like I
serious?
felt it pushing up and pushing and pushing, and it was like coming out. And
Mm-hmm.
so I just went like this and held whatever it was in my hand and put it behind my back for the rest of the song.
No,
No lie. This is no
yeah,
lie.
you serious?
I'm
Oh,
dead serious.
where was this performance at? Was it outdoors or indoors?
It was indoors. It was an indoor gig.
Uh-huh.
And I will never forget that.
Mm.
Whatever it was in my hand until we finished that song. I said, I swear, I will never
Yeah.
eat before I sing again. That was 2 times.
Not
I
trying
learned
to,
my lesson.
but it's funny though. Yeah, yeah.
It was, I mean, it's funny now, but
Mm-hmm.
at the time, it was gross because like people were like right in front of me. This was like an up close and personal kind of gig. So I was like, oh my God, if this
Uh-huh.
comes out,
Yeah.
it's gonna be right on these people's faces. No. So I just leaned over.
That's a good
Mm,
story. That's a good one. That's a good one,
People
right?
don't eat before you try not to eat before you sing.
So no steak and cheeses, no chicken wing dinners before nothing
Uh,
heavy. No, but you said
Absolutely not.
they eating stuff like that though, right? Because you said they could do it.
They eating good chicken, rice, vegetables. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, there's some good food in these dressing rooms. Like,
yeah.
and so I can't eat any. What I'll do now is, of course, I will make and did a backspin. Yes, I literally. But I'll make a plate now. I'll
Uh,
put my plate to the side, and then after I'm done
yeah.
performing is exerts. You have to exert a lot of energy when you're on that stage, and so usually when I'm done performing, I'm starving. So after that, I'm like,
Yeah,
everybody else is packing up, ready to go, and I'm sitting there eating
yeah.
because I have to eat something.
So no
So,
fruits either? You don't tap in with no fruits, nothing?
no, no, not before because some fruits are acidic, so
Okay,
you
yeah,
don't want that either to mess with your vocal cords. So no,
true. So what
I
you
don't.
when everybody's eating, you're sipping your tea, basically.
I'm sipping my tea, sipping. I'm going back and forth between the tea and water,
Okay.
room temperature water. Never cold water either, people.
We're not
Cold
supposed
water
yeah,
tightens your vocal cords.
I've been doing my research on that. We're not even supposed to drink nothing cold or ice cold. It's supposed to be room temperature because
Yeah.
fluids already inside. We kind of throw
Mhm.
off the system. So you're right about that.
Yes,
You know what I
and
mean? About
I
that.
see that 22 Ronin. Yes, green. I only drink green tea or peppermint tea. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Hmm.
But yeah, you said so now you said I see I was told that when we drinking the tea, we supposed to well, I'm not a singer, but green
Hmm.
drinking the tea with the honey and adding lemon. You said no lemon because is it
Yes.
it's the acid in it or
Yes,
okay.
yes. No, no lemon. I know some singers, I mean, they do,
Uh-huh.
and every singer has their regimen or whatever, but I go by, the way
Well,
that I was taught and that I've learned. So all I put in my tea is honey. That's it. No sugar,
yeah.
no lemon. I don't squeeze. And some people literally take a lemon and just like,
Yeah.
suck
Yeah.
on it or something. No, 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 never. No, no lemon for me.
Okay.
No.
Wow.
Mm-mm. No.
So I know we've been a little bit now. I
Yeah.
definitely want to do a part two with you. I don't want to hold you up anymore.
Woo! This
So
is so much fun.
I don't know if you want to, Ronan, did you have a question for Miss Gina Rose?
I know I saw it scrolling, but I was trying to stay in the zone.
Yeah.
Um,
I try not to pay attention to that. I want to stay focused on you. Plus, you beautiful eye
mhm.
candy. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You know,
oh, thank
like,
you.
so what's your question? You,
I saw him saying a lot, but I didn't.
yeah.
But
Well, you have a question
I
or
love that. Thank you, Roman.
for Gina Rose, please type it in the chat real quick. I don't want to hold her up any more longer. But yeah, we definitely got to do a part two. And
For sure.
I know I wanted to, because I had just got off a major platform on YouTube, and I was given
Hmm.
expertise on something I don't even want to talk about. It's something going on with the OTF with Dirk and stuff. So I have
Okay.
a lot of people in Chicago. So I was giving
Hmm.
my perspective on it. Plus,
Nice. And I already know it was dope because you always come with great perspectives on everything. Like I love your commentary. Anytime I hear you, I'm like, oh, let me listen because
yeah.
Mel gonna have something good to say.
Oh, I appreciate you on that. Plus, me myself,
Yeah.
I don't like there's some platforms I went on where I told some of my story, in
Hmm.
back 90s where I was in and out of prison. So I have a lot of
Hmm.
that, but when I use that tool,
Yeah.
I don't promote that, and neither do I
Hmm.
about it. I use it as a tool because I do mentoring, you know what I mean? And I work with the youth.
Hmm.
Anytime I
Yeah.
is to let them know, listen, I did something and I got caught. You don't
Hmm.
can't think that you could do something nowadays and not get caught, especially with Big Brother watching us. You know,
Absolutely.
I use it for that.
Absolutely.
Oh, the other thing too, I
Yes.
there forever or been underground forever. So I took
Mm.
how I use my life experience. And I always tell people like,
Yes.
experience is life experience. Like
Yes.
you said, you take that pain instead of letting that
Hmm.
get you down. And because people are high with stress and depression now, things
Yeah.
not spoke about back then, people are now
Hmm.
up. That's why I always tell people, like, if you have an outlet or find an outlet, whether it's a family member or a good
For
friend of yours
sure.
that
Yep.
that's not judge you, that's gonna take what you
Yeah.
and uplift you, because that's what it's about. It's about uplifting. And that's why I
Hmm.
super appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to interview you, because
Yes.
a lot of people don't know. That's why when I edit this and I do the title, I'm gonna put who is Miss Gina Rose. When you can get some gist of who you are. And a lot of people,
Yeah.
again, I feel like you should be highlighted. There's a lot of people
Thank
that
you.
a lot of these singers when they perform in live,
Hmm.
it's the back, it's the vocals in the back that really makes it the whole live show. Again, I don't want to
Yeah.
names, but I saw a lady come to Connecticut because I'm in Boston.
Hmm.
Connecticut
Yeah.
door
Yeah.
is 3.5 hours, and I saw a
Hmm.
performance by a R&B artist that I love dearly, that a lot of us love, and that
Hmm.
performance wasn't, and I was like,
Mm.
man, but
Yeah.
happy I didn't pay for the ticket. Someone had an was able to attend, because listen, if like this is what I'll say. Going to see Busta Rhymes perform is a great performance. You're gonna get
Facts.
the theatrical, you're gonna get the
Yes.
dramatization, you're gonna get action. He's not standing
Yeah.
still, Mr. Too Cool,
Never.
cool. No, he's gonna give you a live performance, and he has the one of the
Every time.
hype mans
Yep.
in the. People
Yep.
used to say it was Flav. I say it's
Hmm.
Spliff.
Oh,
You know,
Spliff is his energy is crazy
he matches.
every time.
Think about it.
Yep.
I feel like, whatever they had behind backstage,
Hmm.
like they might have been feeling. When you get on that stage, it's all about the people and
It
the
is.
they spent. You can't be
It
feeling,
is.
and stuff like that. So I
Nope.
I can feel how some what you talk about, because again, I got, friends in the industry, they
Hmm.
artists, they independent artists, they do their,
Hmm.
you know, um
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I like seeing a performance, especially if I paid my hard
Yes.
money, however I got it.
Yes.
I want to see a performance. I don't want to see somebody
Yep.
for school standing on there with 50 guys on stage. I didn't come to see that. If I want to see that, I could just
That's
sit
the no, that's the fact right there. That's the truth because it's like I want to show. Like
back.
I love and appreciate you as an artist. Like seeing you live is everything.
Correct.
because it doesn't compare to the records. You can do whatever in the studio, you know what I mean? But that live performance is everything.
Well, I want to say this to you too as well. Anytime,
Mhm.
anytime, because now you have my contact, I have yours. But anytime you perform
Yes.
in Boston, please tap in. Let me know. I will definitely pop up and show love and
Oh,
support you because
thank you.
as you already know, because if
Yeah,
just telling you, a lot of people forget about the little people. I'm telling you, the first
they
video
do.
I saw of you singing, I was like, yo, you oh, she really, because some people, oh, I sing and then you listen to the music, you're like, I don't know. But you, like, I'm gonna take you back to Trick Daddy. You can sing, girl. You sang.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Oh my gosh, I appreciate that.
But he was trying to break it down. He was like, "Yeah, Beyonce, yeah, she knows how to sing. She's a more
Mhm,
entertainer. They come with the light,
mhm,
the dancers, and everything. But there's a difference.
mhm.
Jennifer Hudson earlier, like that's someone who knows how to like she sang.
Yeah, she sings. Yeah.
Whitney was another. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
gosh, yes.
Like there's this this
Yes.
there's a few of them. There's we could mention Anita Baker. We could take it to
Mhm.
Aretha Franklin. Um,
Listen, I didn't even tell you my top 4 women,
no, throw your top
and
four.
you already named Whitney,
Uh huh.
my one of my top.
Yeah,
Shaka Khan,
the
that's one
cons
of my top. She can sing.
again.
Tina Marie,
Tina Marie. Oh,
and
definitely.
yes, and Patti LaBelle. Like those are
Oh,
my top 4.
remember Patty, but that's who I was gonna say after Aretha Franklin. But Patty, definitely.
Yes,
She can
Aretha's up there. I didn't
correct.
so much listen to Aretha as much until I got older,
Mm,
but she's still up there. I mean, there's
yeah,
so many, like I said before, like
yeah.
gosh, there's so many of them.
I
There's
definitely
so many greats.
plus again, like I said, every time, like the other day on the platform,
Mhm.
on our brother's platform, when you called it,
Yes.
she was a wrestling fan. I was like things that make you go, I was like,
Yeah. And
okay,
I'll say this one little thing, a lot of people they don't know. I was a Tom girl
okay,
all the way. So all everyone's like, oh, all this glammy fancy stuff. No,
yeah,
no, 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 no.
can't picture it. I'm trying to
It
get the,
wasn't me.
but I can't picture it. I can't.
It was not me for a long time. All I used to wear, I swear, Mel's baggy jeans, my
Uh,
Tims, big sweaters, like hats, like beanies, like
I
that was
remember-
slouch socks and slides.
yeah, listen, I'll take that
That was
era.
my life.
I'll take that era because there was a thing where when we was coming up, it's not, it's because like the way I was brought up, like a real woman, right? Even at
Mhm.
a young age, she could still wear something where there's room and you could see everything still nicely, covered up.
That's
So that's
true.
to look at and say, oh, I could bring home to mama. Now
Mhm. Oh,
they dressing like street workers. How am I gonna be on
listen,
IG at someone showing everything to the whole world and looking at that?
everything.
Well, that's a wholesome woman. Hey, Ma, you want to meet her? No, I'm looking at the woman that's fully covered. That's what I want.
Yes. I mean, like, it's okay to show certain things, like, of course, to, show you do have that side of you.
Fact-
But to me, like, there's like a limit to that. Like, I'm not gonna go but so far with that. You
Facts.
know what I mean? Like, no.
It-
Yeah.
It's all
Like,
mental stimulation over physical
yeah.
stimulation. Because
Yes,
besides the beauty, what else? What do you
that
expect?
part.
Some women look
Please
good.
have a conversation. Please know something to talk about on the phone. Like, I mean, something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
no. Yeah,
facts.
I'm the same. It has to be up here
Listen,
because that beauty, that handsomeness is
yes,
is going to fade. You know what I mean? And what else is underneath the surface? What else is there?
that's a fact. I
Mhm.
do. I know what it is, but for the people, tell them what is your birth sign, please.
Everyone out there, I am an Aquarius.
I like that. Everyone out there. I mean, and I say that to say this, you know, firm believer with astrology and stuff like that, right? I don't,
Mhm.
I take it to a certain point, but this
Yes.
I tell people and they be like, no, I think it's the Haitian in you. No, it has nothing to just to do with Haitian. It's my, I could pick up on people's energy through a device. Fact,
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
to you. So if I could
Yeah.
feel vibrating high, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
we're super
And
compatible.
we said that when we talked about that, and I was like, no wonder, no wonder. Okay, yeah, like I like astrology. I'm not like a like, but I like learning about it and stuff like that. I love it. So, and I'm a January Aquarius because people get caught up in that too. I'm a January baby. Okay, so that's a
What?
whole thing.
Very what?
January 23rd.
Okay. All right. So
Yes,
y'all heard it. January 31st. I mean, third. Yeah. So if y'all want to give her
23rd.
23rd, excuse me. 20.
2, 3.
It's your beauty. I swear to God, I'm nervous. I didn't want you.
No, stop it. You better stop playing with me.
Listen, I'm telling you, it's like meeting my idol. Then you know what I mean?
What?
I mean, I was nervous. Look how beautiful you dressed for the interview. You didn't have to, but I appreciate it all. And I'm
Oh, well,
you.
thank you.
No, listen,
You
I
know that
already knew you
I
was
try
gonna
to be presentable.
listen. There's nothing simple about you, and I mean that in a respectful way. When I say there's nothing
Oh,
simple, you come, the aura's already there. All right, the auras are.
thank you.
Oh, I told you, sing like an angel. Listen,
Oh my God.
listen.
Oh, goodness.
Our bro had to tap in, and you did the song and everything, and I'm like, wow, she's on one of the episodes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You remember?
Yeah. On some of them, yeah. And he has something new coming out too. I'm on too, which is gonna be dope.
So
I'm
I
I'm not gonna say yet.
can't. Yeah, yeah. Let's keep that in.
Yes.
Definitely. Now, to end the show, right? Appreciate that.
Mhm.
That I appreciate everyone who tapped in on this.
Yes.
This is Miss Gina Rose. If you guys don't know, I don't know where you've been. Tap in. Uh, follow her on her IG. It is Gina Rose. That's it.
Mhm.
Plain
Miss.
Miss.
Yes, MSGINAROSE. I follow back.
There you
Holla
go.
at me.
She's not
Yes.
Hollywood, guys. She's not too Hollywood. Matter of fact, there's no
Yeah.
Hollywood. I should say that. If you DM her, like, yeah, she's gonna respond. I was shocked that she responded to my interview. And the first thing I had to let her know, this ain't no gossip. I'm gonna ask who you dating, who have you dated from the
He
nah,
definitely said that, y'all. I was like, oh my gosh.
out there to get this interview, y'all. And this is my sis as well, too. But
Mhm.
let her know it's no messiness over here. This is straight about
No.
her. And so goodness, I just lost my train of thought on what question I was gonna ask you. Besides say January 23rd, you're an Aquarius.
Mhm.
So that's one of the things that I learned about 2 years ago, who Lee
Mhm.
compatible with is Gemini, Aquarius, and Sagittarius. And I was
Mhm.
so this is why I love the women anyways. I love the ladies, but
Yes.
fellas, we cool and everything. Listen, that's why I can't keep a girl because they insecure because of the women friend. And the women friend be like, oh, that's my bro. No, you're not. You're lying. He told you to say that. So I love, I love the lady and I pick up on energy. So I felt the
Yes.
energy, you know what I'm saying? And again, we've been rocking for I don't know how long for now. I don't know how long it's been. It's probably been 4 years, if I'm not mistaken.
It's been a while.
Since
It has been a while. Yeah, it's been a few years.
since 2020, we've been rocking with each other, and it's been
Mhm.
respect, nothing but great.
Yes.
I always compliment her on her beauty and her talent and her gift. I
You do.
you know what I'm saying? She is a beautiful
You do.
lady. You know what I'm saying? We're
Thank
not
you.
not gonna ask her status, but hey, you God, I don't know, tap in. You know,
I tap in.
tap, you know what I'm saying?
That is hilarious. Oh my God. I
Super
can't.
this. We definitely gonna give him a part two, you know.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Yes, and we'll
Yes.
and we could do that too. We could talk about the wrestling a little more. Wrestlers, who our favorite wrestlers are. Matter of fact, I'll tell you my
Mhm.
three right of all time.
Mhm.
My
Mhm.
three will beat anybody. I'm talking about in the 3-on-3, they'll beat anybody.
Oh gosh.
First
Who?
and foremost, Bret the Hitman Hart. Nasty,
Okay.
nasty. Second of all, Macho Man Randy Savage. Nasty.
Okay.
And last but not least, Undertaker. There's no one.
Oh,
I don't
I'm
care.
with you on that.
And Ultimate Warrior on the other side. My three is defeating anybody's three.
Uh,
So what's your top?
oh
What's your
gosh.
wrestlers? Before,
Okay.
uh-huh.
Okay. Number one, I gotta go. Sorry, guys. I gotta go with The Rock because I had a major crush. The Rock is my number one. I'm sorry. I love him. I just love his energy. The
Yep.
Rock,
Uh-huh.
Stone Cold, Steve Austin.
For some reason I knew he was in there. Stone Cold, yeah.
Love Stone Cold. And you know what? I do love Undertaker too. I do have to say, I do love Undertaker.
And
He was dope. He
that's
was
a
dope.
three right there. That's a dominant
Okay,
three.
see?
That's a dominant three. You know?
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, if we're gonna have a match, I picked Undertaker first, which I did it wrong. I apologize. It's
You
always
would
late
do
first. I should have let you go first. I shouldn't have went first.
good.
You
No,
know.
it's all good.
So add in someone else. Let's take out Undertaker for you. Undertaker's still
Hmm.
there, but just put in someone else. Who would be the third? Yep. Undertaker's there. Don't forget that. But I have him on my squad. So it's my three against your three. So you already got Rock. You got some heavy hitters. You got
I got
Rock.
a Rock.
You
I
got
got Stone
Stone
Cold.
save WWE. He saved them when they had Raw
I
and Rock
know.
battling. Stone
Yeah,
Cold saved them. But go ahead. Yep.
he did. He did.
Yep.
Um, hmm, I might have to put Triple H in there.
Oh my goodness, heavy hitters. I knew it. I knew it.
Triple
I'm
H is Triple H. Yeah, he came with it.
heavy on Triple H too.
Hmm.
Not when he was Hunter Hensley. Nah, not that guy. Oh,
No.
when DX was DX.
Yes.
Oh, listen. I used to go to. I'm telling you, when W time,
Uh
you had
huh.
this is remember Raw was battling against Monday Night Nitro.
I know. I
So
know.
they had Sting on this side, Macho Man, Hollywood Hogan was over here, but
I know.
you had Rock. I gotta throw in
Yeah.
gotta throw in Mankind because he helped too with great matches.
Hmm.
Um, I forgot,
Okay.
but Mankind helped with bringing because it was Rock, it was Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Then when they
Yep.
added EX, to combat
Yep.
WO and all that other stuff, Wolfpack.
Yeah.
Listen, you couldn't tell me nothing at that time. Monday nights, listen, I
Monday
used
nights was
to
epic.
phone. I used to shut off my phone. I would text everybody first, like, listen, Night Raw and Nitro's coming on. And I had two TVs. I wasn't
Yeah.
I had
That was crazy.
side by just so I don't miss anything. I had two TVs
Yeah.
going. You and listen, when
Yeah.
you come to Boston, because I don't know if you noticed, Boston is a
Hmm.
major market for wrestling since back in the
Mm.
right
See,
before
I
I
gotta get to Boston.
yes,
I
make
gotta
it
get to Boston. One of my cousins lives in Boston. He's always like, "Come up and visit." And so I'm gonna have to do that because,
listen,
if you've seen me in the chat before, I've said I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a lot of family in Springfield, Massachusetts. Like
yeah,
a lot of my family was up there for years. Like I grew up there like every summer, right? And so, but I've never been to Boston.
wow,
Always Springfield, but
yeah.
never Boston.
Boston, it's a whole vibe. See, Springfield's
I
cool.
know it seems like it.
Out in Springfield, that's west of Mass. They close to
Yeah,
Connecticut and of course New York
yeah,
closer because
yeah.
the distance. I think from here to there it's about an hour, and depending on what route you take, you know what I'm saying, and how
That's it.
because Boston has the fourth worst traffic in the United States. Yeah, we're bad. Yeah, the way they made our roads, the zigzagging and all of it.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get into that, but
Dang.
you definitely got to tap in with Boston because it's a whole nother vibe.
Yeah,
This is another thing a lot of people
I
don't
heard it.
because a lot of people ask me behind the scenes, like, did I believe what Orange Man was saying about the Haitians eating cats and dogs? I said, let me just tell you this.
Mm,
Boston is the third largest Haitian population behind New York and Miami, right?
mhm.
Now it's a melting pot. So that's another
Yeah,
misconception that people have with Boston. They be like, oh, all I see is this and that. But it's like, yo, you're
yeah,
watching a TV show. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
right.
I actually could have been an extra in the first Equalizer. I'll get into that story. Yeah, I could have been an
Ooh,
extra.
Ooh,
Where they shot that at, my children's mother is from that area. It's called South End, but that's where they shot all of the
okay.
equalizers. They even shot
Wow. I
the
love that show.
Taraji P. Henderson movie too. She did where she was like an assassin and she saved this little boy. I forgot the movie.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And yes, that was shot in Boston. Um,
Mm,
that was shot in Boston. I can't remember the names, but that's a whole nother show. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because Boston became a little
So,
Hollywood, or ended up getting a contract with a lot of producers in Hollywood. So they started shooting a
yeah.
lot of movies, TV shows out here, and stuff like.
Yeah.
I could have been in the first equal. I'll tell you the story.
Mm,
Signed the papers and everything. The very next
uh-huh.
me to be an extra, just walking through the back. You know what I'm saying? Where they were shooting the scene.
Yeah.
Got sick. I ended up with food poisoning. Was the worst I
Oh
ever.
my God.
So that kind of messed me up.
No.
My older sister, she's been in Passenger 57. And I'm talking about not as an extra, but you would think she had
Yeah.
the role. I'm talking about the first beginning scene of Passenger 57 when
Yeah.
the inmate escapes and they walking through the field.
Yeah.
My sister, her husband, walk right behind the killer
Stop.
while Wesley Snipes was looking.
Stop.
Yes, she walks right
Oh,
behind.
I love that movie.
Her husband did something he wasn't supposed to do. As they're walking by, her husband's looking into the camera and bopping his head like this because he was a big Cosby fan. So he took that from Cosby. You know when Cosby used to do the little things.
Oh my God.
Wasn't supposed to do that, but they still let that rock. And she was in other movies
Yeah.
as extras, and stuff like
That's
that. She did a
crazy.
lot of movies as extras, so that's how I learned how whenever they shooting a movie, wherever the scenes are being shot at, go out there, put yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
You get paid like good money. It's like $500. How much they was offering me. So I was mad. I got
Listen,
poisoning.
ex-
Oh,
yes, extra work is I've been tapping into that too. The only thing I've done so far is I don't know if you remember the show on HBO, We Own This City. It
we own.
came out like 2 or 3 years, like 2 years ago, 3 years
Uh-huh.
ago.
But check for that.
Um, and they
Uh-huh.
shot it in Baltimore. Yes, I'm an extra in that.
Okay.
So
You
that was dope. That
you
was
on
a huge thing.
camera? Like, is there a certain scene where you might be
If
sitting somewhere?
no, you no, I wish they was like, no, no, but even with that, it's like a whole fighting thing. Like,
You should have
uh,
came with credentials. This is who I sang for. This is who I. Then they would have.
listen, I put all that in the information. Look,
Oh,
none of that mattered. They're like, listen, this is what you're gonna wear. You're gonna be in the little scene with the reporters or whatever. Oh my God. But I was just happy to be there. I was just happy to be a part, and I have that as a credit, like so I'm an extra. You guys can't, I'm like maybe a little dot.
yeah. She said no. Yeah, what
I
they?
mean,
Huh? Go-
but I said, listen, this is on Max. I mean, you guys can go check it out. It's still, it's on there. So I mean, I thought it was dope. So
All right. Well, to end this, we're really gonna end it now, right? So, any upcoming events, performances that you have that you could speak on that you have upcoming where the people could tap in and check it out in certain cities or even where you at that performances that you got going or coming.
oh gosh.
Mhm.
The next thing I have actually, yeah.
Oc- the October 26th, something you had mentioned about. What's that about? You had mentioned something. Is that the podcasting that you were part of? Was that
Oh, yeah, yeah. So I'm doing that on Fridays.
plug that in? Go ahead. Plug.
Okay, so I'm just, a featured guest on the Crucial Convo podcast, guys. It's on YouTube. And actually it started by the producer I've been mentioning like throughout the night, Shai Salam. He started out, so he brings in me and, his other, people that he knows, his sister, other friends. And, we just chop it up about different topics. It's really, really dope. So I'm doing that on
Yeah.
the Fridays when I can. As far as performing, the next thing I have is actually in mid-November, but I think it's a private event. It's going to be in Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay.
So that's a little ways from me, but like an hour or two.
Yeah.
But that's going to be dope. I'm performing with a band out there.
Okay.
And just behind the scenes, doing a lot of voiceover work is coming out,
Mhm.
and also working on a tribute show
Uh-huh.
to a particular artist, and I'm doing my homework, learning my songs. You know what I mean? I know a lot of her songs already. I'm not going to say who. I'm not even going to put out there yet. Um, but I was approached to do this, and the goal is to be able to take it to different cities. So hopefully we get to do that. Especially hitting up the city wineries. I know they have, in New York, Chicago. Does Boston have a city winery?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Oh,
they do. I think you guys do, but
and on that. What's that? What is it about? The city winery. What is it?
it's a dope venue, and they have them like all,
Hmm.
throughout the country. But they're like more intimate, kind of like performance, venues.
Right? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, people can eat and dine, and stuff like that.
We definitely
Yeah.
had an idea what you was talking about, but I didn't want to.
Mhm.
Hold on, let me think about it real quick. But yeah, we have those type of settings. Um,
Mhm.
I believe to me, as far as Boston go, we don't have enough of it. But outside
Yeah.
outside of Boston, they have those type of, because to me, I'm not
Mhm.
club. I know I mean you look young and people be like, oh, you look your age. I'm all set with going to the club and the mean mugging and all of that. I'd rather be in a jazz setting, where I'm eating some food, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some live music. We do,
Yeah.
yeah, we do have
Yeah.
definitely
That's
have.
definitely my vibe too. But I ain't gonna lie. Here and there I will hit up the club.
Uh-huh.
It's very rare these days, but like I will step out just to get a little party on, and then,
Yeah.
but but yes, I am working on that. I'm working on a tribute show to um an artist, and
So
yeah, so that's something that's in the works right now. So
yeah.
I'm excited about that.
All right.
I've never done a tribute show in all these years. Like there's so
Mm,
many out there.
wow.
I
Huh?
just never really wanted to do it because of the saturation of it all. So many people doing them, but someone approached me about it, and so I said, you know what? Let me give it a shot. Why not?
Ms Gina Rose,
So
that money. I feel her. That check looking like, hold on, I'm getting this much for oh yeah, we going then me
yeah,
going,
we're gonna see. We're
yeah.
gonna see. And also too, just last thing, yes, people, I am working on new music. I've already recorded my first single. It's been recorded actually, but it's just sitting. It's sitting right now. It's marinating. It's recorded, everything's done. But I'm not putting everything out until I'm ready.
And I'm glad that
So
you brought. I meant to ask you if you working on new music,
oh
album, P, or anything like that. So that's good to know.
yes.
So they could check. So when are you thinking about dropping? If you have an idea of dropping
I
next year?
don't have an idea of dropping right
Uh,
now. Still like in the creative process of I think, well, the direction we're going is going to be another EP, not
okay.
a full album. Because everything, and everything with streaming and everything, and people's attention span has just changed. So you
Correct.
just gotta, yeah, you have to be strategic about it all.
So I missed the 5 minute songs and all that. The intro being a whole two
Uh,
minutes before getting.
I know.
Oh my
Me
goodness.
too. I love that. I love interludes. I love all of that. So
Now songs is like 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes, three the
yep,
longest, anything.
yep,
It's thing with uploading videos. If your video's longer than 2 minutes, you may not get that many views. It's
yeah,
yeah, I love long form videos. I love it.
yeah.
That's
Me
me
too.
because I
Me
come
too.
from a time where you actually sat down and enjoyed something.
Yes.
Trying to hurry up and eat, and then my
Yep.
stomach's hurting. No, I want to take my time. You know,
Yep.
I
That's
want to.
why I mean, everything is strategy. Like, even, yes, when we're doing our reels and you're thinking you're editing, it's like, oh, this has to be, you have to make it short because people are going to be tapped out. And, it's just, oh, it's so much. And like, Keita's like, yes, Keita to yes, girl. It's just like, goodness.
Correct.
But yeah, I'm being real strategic about it. That's why I'm like, I haven't put a time, a drop date or anything on it yet.
Yeah, you just.
Um,
Yeah, yeah,
just taking my time.
yeah.
Yes.
Like I asked you too, man. I hope that collab with you and my homie, y'all, whenever y'all got time, because he's busy. He just got off of a
Uh,
tour. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Touring. He came out here. I know he was in Philly, New York.
Mhm.
He actually lives in Buffalo. That's where he lives at, but he's
Oh,
always
wow.
back and forth. But
Uh-huh.
he told me about the Buffalo music scene before, Griselda,
Mm,
stuff like that.
mm.
And so same thing with kind of like what you talked about, and I didn't talk about it. It's like
Mhm.
some get a lot of hate and you gotta leave your city just to get
Oh
love.
my,
Like, why couldn't I get
that's a
love?
fact.
Then when you reach a certain, level, then that's when the people that you grew up is like, oh, I love you. It's like,
Listen, that is such a fact. Like so many people from the DMV, DC, Genuine,
mhm,
Maya, so many people from here had to when once they left
correct.
and they blew up, it's like, oh, we love you. And it's just like, come on, even I'm little old me, but I notice it too. Like
Yeah,
people will say they won't come to any shows, right? Known you for years. People I met yesterday will come to the show tomorrow. It's
yeah,
crazy. And then the people that know you for years, I'm on Apollo, I'm on BT. Oh, that's my sister.
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
my girl. Like,
The sweet,
don't do that.
I know her mama.
Never seen you at a show, honey. Never seen you in the audience, honey.
One of the first
Don't do that.
that I industry, my homeboy said, you never really want to trash somebody while you're on the way up because when you fall, those
No.
same people that you see. But my thing is this:
Mm-hmm.
I may present a dream to you, right? And
Yeah.
I get that the fact that you may not see it, but to just
Mm-hmm.
knock the dream down and be like, "Oh, Mel, that's never gonna work." I don't want
Mm-hmm.
around you. You
Right.
say I'm gonna
Right.
rocket ship to go out to space. I want you to see my vision, even if you don't
Yes.
happen. You're supposed to uplift me and be like, "I'm with you, bro." You know what I'm saying? Let's build this rock.
Yes.
But again, it's sad because and people wonder why other cultures are moving forward than us.
Mm-hmm.
Their differences aside, because for a greater good, and they see the agenda. It's like, oh, okay. So I may not like this
Yep.
person, but we could do business. That's another thing. Trump says that a lot. He do business with a
Mm-hmm.
who he don't personally like. But you know what? They're
Mhm.
one another and they're gonna get paid together. But
Mhm.
you
Oh
know,
yeah.
you
We
know,
It's always a problem with our culture. Like it's always that crabs in a barrel mentality. It's just like why can't we work together like other communities, build together and stick together? Like it's always I have to be better than the next one and vice versa. Like it's always been that way.
it's
But
that
that even goes deeper, Mel. Deep rooted to
course.
back to back in the day to get
That,
us to
that
that mentality in the first place.
that's why I've been on platforms. I said it all starts with the mindset.
Yeah.
Can't change
Yeah.
anybody. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
read an interesting post the other day that says someone who lacks motivation, you can help,
Mhm.
but someone who's lazy, it's two different things here. It's just like
Yeah.
who actually, like I had like when I was in the forced vacations is what I call it, right? It's not a vacation
Mhm.
I actually want to take, right? I had
Right.
elders and older people see something in me that I didn't see at the time. That they was like,
Mhm.
go out here. You guys, you love sports, talk about sports, use your voice.
Mhm.
I see that people gravitate to your energy. It don't matter what age group, they show you
Yeah.
give respect. So I made sure when I got out to tap into that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
a lot of people are sitting on wasted talent, and
Yes. Too
again,
many.
you got to change your circle too. If you don't have people that actually
Yeah.
have the being for you in your circle, you need to detach.
They gotta go.
Yeah,
Yes. Yep.
no lie, once I really because it's weird how I found a content creator on YouTube. I never knew nothing about content create. I was using this
Mhm.
our old shows that we grew up on, Sanford and Son, 227. That's what I was using
Yeah.
and to watch old documentaries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I saw a content creator. But the point I'm trying to make is majority of y'all or some of y'all that I really like,
Mhm.
got to know over these years
Mhm.
give me more support and motivation than like how you said people I grew up with. So
Yep.
clothing brand that I'm part of, it's not mine. People think it's mine, but I'm just
Mhm.
part. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Much for a hoodie. That much. That's too much. But the same person
Mhm.
got like a polo hoodie on Adidas hoodie that a Nike hoodie that they paid $90. People like that, I don't
Facts.
even continue the conversation. Oh, I'm gonna give
Yeah.
you a discount, or I just be like, yep, it's this price, it's set. I can't change that. I can't do it's
Right.
support or you don't. But going back to
Right.
what you said, I've had more people that I don't know on a personal level
Mhm.
how much for a t-shirt? Oh, I don't have to get that,
Yep.
but do customize, y'all do embroidery and stuff like that. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And they you how can I get you the money? Cash app or do I'd rather go through you.
Yep.
I go through the website. I'm like, you can mail it to me. People done mailed
Right.
me sweatsuits and I brought it to my homie and he did his thing on it for the person.
That's crazy.
And these people are like,
That's
yo,
dope.
state you, I look out. It's all about supporting one another because that's what.
Mhm.
But I have dudes, homies, that's like, yo, I want a hoodie. And when can I get a hoodie? And it's like, oh, so I gotta go bring you one. So you're not trying to support. I'm like, bro, even
Mhm.
I,
See?
you're not even trying to support me as well. And
Yeah.
they want to know who's the owner, that doesn't matter. If I
So
see
much. Right.
you promoting a t-shirt and I like it, I'm just gonna hit you up, Gina Rose.
Yeah.
Can I get a t-shirt? And we take
Yeah.
I don't care what the price is. So I could go buy Gucci that don't care about us, that
Mhm.
don't give back to our community, but I can't
Fact.
support my own sis that, oh, $30 for a t-shirt. I think that's too much, Miss Gina Rose. Like, no, I'm gonna support,
Mhm.
and that's
Mhm.
much as I can. I support our big bro with his platform. And I show
Yeah.
him not that he think I'm lying. I'll screenshot something. Yo, I don't got a credit card, but I had somebody, I gave them the money, and he's like, yo,
Mhm.
I appreciate it. You don't got to do all of that. No,
Yeah.
talk it and ain't nobody showing no action, And
Yeah.
that I missed that the comic show down there in B-Mall. I was kind of mad. But the next one
Oh, oh yeah. Yeah, I
and
was there. I went to that. Yeah.
him to do the premiere, I mean, if he does the premiere, if it's in NY, oh, I'm setting my date, I'm planning, getting everything situated.
Yeah.
I can definitely make it and we can meet face to face. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
'cause
Mhm.
I love spreading love with people that's like-minded. You know what I'm saying? And
Same. Yes. Yeah,
but
the energy, like said, that energy, like
facts,
it's everything. Like if,
facts.
and I'm sorry, like if I notice like one little thing, like it's hard for me to just be like, no, I'm just like,
Correct.
no, I
I am
saw that or I see that. No.
a CIA analyst because I analyze people from hell.
Oh
People be
yeah.
like, damn, what you staring? It's not that I'm staring. I'm 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 trying to okay, I feel the energy, but what else?
Mhm.
Besides it,
Yeah,
I don't play. Once I see the funniness, I detach. I don't got
me
time for
too.
and stuff like that. Listen, I've been
Same.
in that with people that I grew up with from the mud. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I've always been like that. I'm a Libra.
Hmm.
Day you hear from me, you may not hear from me for a whole month. Not that I just to hibernate and detach.
Listen, that's like my son. I told you, my son is a Libra. He is the same. It's just like he is just. You be like, hello.
For real.
Ah, oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
correct.
Yeah, no,
So
that's a fact. That's a
so
fact.
you already know. Listen, man, we could be in the house and you don't even know we in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Either you don't
that is
hear.
a fact.
You know what
Yep.
I'm like. Sometimes we like to, get away from the world. Like,
Yeah.
just give me an hour to myself. That's you know.
No, I feel that. I love quiet time too. Like everyone, they always think I'm always out and about in the street. It might look like it because that's what social media is supposed to make you think anyway. Yes, but literally, what? I love being in the house, curled up on the sofa,
I'm
binging shows,
facts.
me by myself.
Yeah,
Like I love that.
yeah,
I'm not always out here in these streets.
facts.
No.
I love listen. If rolling solo, I got my two little ones. That's it. I don't have
Mhm.
anything behind me. Been there, done that. I'm dolo.
Yeah.
Time again, people be inviting me to certain things. It's just like
Yeah.
I already know how the setting's gonna be. It's gonna be some wicked energy, and
Hmm.
I don't need none of that. We grown
Yeah.
on a different
That's a
level.
fact.
Trying to go somewhere, listen to a live band performing and stuff like that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you do got a live band that you perform with too. Shout them out before we end this too.
Well, different ones. I like to call myself a floater. So
Okay. You did like
I
that?
perform with different bands all the time. So
Okay.
yeah, I do. I like to float and move. Because that's just me. And like said before in our conversation, that's a lot of drama in the music world with that whole thing, clicks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's not me. So
Yeah.
I love to call myself a floater. I'm not tied down to one particular band. Although people might see me perform with particular bands a lot. Yeah, because I vibe with those people and I love doing shows with them. But when it comes to me and it's a Gina Rose show,
Mhm.
and I'm like the headliner or whatever, and I need a band, then I'll pull from musicians that I love to come together and back me. So
All right.
I'll work it like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, salute to you again. I appreciate you, Queen. You
Oh
know,
my gosh. You're welcome. I appreciate you.
yeah, we like I said, we definitely gonna do a part two, and
Yeah.
dress down. Feel more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But I know the Queen's
I'm
always,
dressing.
huh?
You said dress down.
Yeah, like dress. That's not dressing down to me. I don't know what.
This
Listen,
hold on. Kita T, Empress Judah. Is this
listen,
dressy girls? All I have is a tee and a necklace and some earrings. I thought it was like chill.
popping. Listen, you're popping.
When I need to wear my hoodie and stuff.
You're glammed out. Look like you had your glam squad. Here you for this. I love cracking jokes.
I
So
wish.
serious, but I'm joking inside. I gotta sell. I gotta sell by having a serious face sometimes. But yeah, as
Well,
we
thank you. I thought I was real dressed down. Oh my God.
all
Oh man.
just saying,
But
next
I thank you for the compliment. Ay, ay, ay.
you already know. Listen, gentlemen, like I said, all the men that was watching, whoever watched the replay, she's her DMs. I don't know. It's up to her. I don't know. I don't control that. So you get some new people like, you looking right. You looking good, mom. Hey,
Oh gosh.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But once again, Queen, I appreciate you for giving me your time. You know,
Thank you.
I hope everyone who tapped in the chat appreciated this interview.
Yes.
It was an interview, but it was really for y'all. It wasn't for me. I already know some of the answers to some of the things, but some things I,
Mhm.
of course, but I had to,
Yeah.
again, I had, I'm learning. I'm on my journalist bag right now. That's what I'm
And
doing.
I love it.
You know,
That's why I said I was like, wow, you know, you had some really, really great questions. I loved it. And like I said, you made it feel comfortable. It was just a conversation
I
between us with, cool people watching and jumping in. So no, it was totally a cool vibe. And I appreciate you having me on your platform.
I appreciate you. I will definitely
Yes.
share this to you too as well, or you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
You could put it on your platform. And Miss Gina,
Yes, I will.
YouTube guys, I had hit her up and said, "Where's the content?" So she said she's gonna start working and making time to start uploading and putting content on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it is some people like me. Sometimes I say I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna upload that. I don't do nothing at
Mhm.
all. I got to be in the mood. I gotta move for it. You know what I'm saying? But
I know.
you're my
I
second
know.
person to bless my platform with an interview. So I super appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Super appreciate you. And again, guys, definitely gonna give y'all a part two. I don't want to hold
Yes.
y'all up because I super appreciate y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world right now, but y'all rocking
That's a fact.
Miss Gina
Yeah.
Rose. So I appreciate y'all. Keita T, Empress Judah,
Yes.
Miss D.
Love y'all.
Anyone else's name that I might have missed in the chat, don't think I forgot. I didn't forget, but I super appreciate y'all. It's kind of
Yes,
you guys,
everybody.
you can't mention everybody, but then when you mention certain
Mhm.
name and you don't the others, they get pissed. So
Yes.
again, definitely show love to y'all, but I appreciate every single one of y'all that showed up. I
Same here. Yes.
understand.
Me too.
Y'all could look forward to part two with me and Miss Gina Rose. And that
Yes.
it's gonna be more settled questions. You know what I'm saying? Not the I ain't gonna come too hard. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't want to hold you up again. Enjoy the rest of your night. I appreciate you, Queen.
You too. You too.
We are out of here. Peace.